Hi there. Welcome to the Go Developer Bootcamp training. This training is specifically designed to fast-track your learning journey in becoming a Go developer. Now, before we get started, let's talk about who this training is for. First of all, this training would be perfect for those of you who are already experienced in another programming language and are now trying to switch to Go instead. You want to learn the language of the future and keep on advancing your career. And you value your time, especially if you are already making good money from your current job. You want to learn Go the fun and efficient way rather than digging through low-quality resources online. Secondly, this training would be perfect for current students or new graduates who are actively looking for a job. Because you've learned there's a ton of opportunities in Go, and you would like to get access to a more collaborative community that is willing to help you, to give you a hand in landing your very first position. And you believe Go is a great resume builder and you want to stand out among other candidates who are also looking for a job. Last but not least, this training would be perfect for Go enthusiasts. Those of you who believe Go is where the entire industry is headed towards, you want to use cutting-edge technologies now available in the Go ecosystem, and you want to collaborate with other Go enthusiasts in the community. If you fall into any or multiple of these categories, pay close attention, because this training will be able to provide you resources to fast-track your Go learning journey. That said, this is the day one of the multi-day video training series. So to make the most out of this training, make sure to keep an eye out on the next videos coming to your inbox in the next few days. And in today's first video, we will talk about how Go presents massive opportunities for developers and why you should care about Go even more than you already do. Alright, before we move forward, please allow me to introduce myself. I'm Wallace from Golang Dojo. I'm a backend developer and have worked at top tech companies like AWS. Now, I lead projects for my teams and organization on a regular basis. So I've been programming for a while before getting into Go. However, when I was first learning Go, it was a pretty painful experience, mainly because the available resources on Go were and still are quite limited. I had to go through all the boring documentations, stars, Stack Overflow threads, and even dig through some of these random Chinese blog sites in order to find the information that I needed, because Go was a lot more popular in China before it also became popularized in the Western tech industry as well. And that was the major factor for me to create Golang Dojo in the first place. Golang Dojo is the resource that I wish I had when I was starting to learn Go. I'm so humbled by the fact that I've since been able to help thousands of developers learn Go through my YouTube channel and a website. One of my biggest joys is reading through the thank you messages and emails that many of you have sent me. Now, I know some of you watching may be having some difficulty in your Go learning journey, but I can assure you that learning Go may be one of the best decisions that you've made. Let me tell you why. I first overheard about Go from my colleague at work who is a principal engineer. He was praising Go, saying if somehow our codebase was magically transformed into Go instead, all of the problems that we were facing as a team would have been completely resolved. When I first heard that bold statement, I thought it was way too good to be true. So I did a bit of my own research because of my initial skepticism. However, to my surprise, every single metric I looked at pointed me to this massive trend. Let me show you the data. For 5 years in a row, since the very first JetBrains developer survey in 2017 to the latest in 2021, Go has been the most migrated programming language, as you can see here, taking the first place. And once you've tried Go, you would never want to go back. As you can see here, it has the highest percentage of retention rate out of all of the existing programming languages. Both startups and tech giants are using Go. Startups now are building out their new codebase in Go instead of Python, Node.js, Java, and so on. Tech giants are now migrating their codebase to Go instead. Corporations like Google, Microsoft, Salesforce, Twitch, Netflix, and the list goes on. With all of these companies now starting to use Go, the corresponding job growth is, of course, inevitable. Based on the data provided by Stack Trends, there's an increase of almost 200% of jobs in Go just from last year alone. In addition, Go developers are among the highest individual contributors in the tech industry. And really, this is to no one's surprise. It's simply supply versus demand. Companies now are scrambling to hire Go developers, and there are just not enough Go developers around. So the pay goes up as the enormous amount of corporation money pours in desperate needs of Go developers, and the trend is not slowing down. And when I discovered these massive trends in favor of Go, it became a no-brainer for me. I had to jump in. Now you might be thinking Go seems more like a niche language, and aren't companies only hiring senior developers? First of all, that simply isn't true, or isn't true anymore for a while. Go already has a massive adoption. There's a ton of Go positions, and companies of all sizes are hiring Go developers at all levels. Startups now are building out their new codebase in Go. They need Go developers at all levels. Tech giants like Google and Microsoft are migrating many of their existing codebase to Go. They also need Go developers at all levels. Second of all, Go is where the future is headed. Many people are picking up Go as a long-term play. It's a language that's well-designed and well-maintained. All of the trends suggest Go is here to stay and take over the industry. And now is the perfect time to get on the trend early, ride the wave, and benefit from it for decades to come. So as you can see, Go presents massive opportunities for those who take their career seriously. Startups are building out their new codebase in Go, and tech giants are migrating their existing codebase to Go, and they are already seeing the benefits. Now, these companies are looking for Go developers with specific skills, which you have to learn in order to remain competitive in the job market, get higher, then get paid. In tomorrow's video, I'll explain exactly why these companies are hiring Go developers and which specific skills they are looking for. So keep an eye out for tomorrow's video, which will be sent to your email inbox. This is the end of day 1 in this 4-part training series. I'll see you tomorrow.